above all powers, above all kings, above all nature.
Above all, just started with that simple phrase. I like to collect little phrases, little prayerful thoughts, maybe from a journal, or maybe I'll just see a phrase and go, man, that sounds like that could be a song idea. And I'll just write those in my journal. And a couple times a week, I like to go into the sanctuary of my church when nobody's there, maybe sit at the piano or pick up a guitar. This particular time I was at the piano because I only know simple chords. And just opened up my journal and just that phrase, above all, just thought, yeah, and that kind of made me think about scriptures like in Isaiah. It says, your thoughts are not our thoughts. Your ways are higher than our ways, And just that idea of, God, you're above all the stuff that we think is such a big deal, all the things that we esteem so highly in our culture, So I just kind of started making a list, Lord, you're above all powers and above all kings. I looked out the window, above all nature. Let's see, what rhymes with kings? All created things. So it's like, oh man, that feels like an honest prayer. Started writing that down. Again, none of this is like I'm writing a song. It's just sort of like trying to just get before the Lord and just sing out simple prayers. And just, let's see, what else? You're above all wisdom and all the ways of man. Da 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 da. Sometimes, you don't know, but you just kind of go with that feeling. Anyway, just kind of wrote out most of that verse and felt like, wow, that feels like an honest prayer. Began to sing that a little bit. Had another chorus eventually that I put to it, and we sang it at our church for like a year. But every time we'd hit that chorus, there was something in me that was like, man, I'm not believing in that chorus. So eventually I kind of took it off the shelf, so to speak, and got with Lenny LeBlanc one time, and we were sharing ideas, going back and forth, trying to write some ideas. And after he turned down like 19 of them, going, got anything else? I pull out, well, I got this song that I believe in the verse ideas, but not the chorus so much. So played just that verse idea, and he's like, yeah, let me noodle with that. And the next morning, I stayed at his house. Next morning, he got up, and he had been spending some time with it, and he was like, that idea, what about if it went, there's no way to measure what you're worth, crucified and laid behind a stone, you live to die, rejected and alone. I was like, wow, man, that is so, I was just like, it was so not where I thought it was going to go. Originally, my original chorus was like, there's no way to measure what you're worth, shout to the Lord, all the, like this big giant chorus. And his thing was like pulling the rug out from underneath you, because you're like expecting this build up, you're above all, but then it like turns it upside down and goes crucified, rejected, and wow, just sort of, like a rose trampled on the ground. You took the fall. And then it was like a race to the finish line. You took the fall, the thought of me above all, yeah, above all, and I mean, we were like tearing up. It felt like a Holy Spirit moment. It really did. It just felt honest. It just felt like, God, that's what we want to say to you. We're grateful. God, we're grateful. We just want you to be lifted up, and we're just grateful that you demonstrated your love for us by coming down and subjecting yourself to such a cruel, harsh, reality, and then dying on the cross, and all that, like it says in John 3:16, God so loved you and me. He loved the world. God so loved the world that he gave, he gave his son. So.
Crucified.